What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Ryan, your DIY guy, and we're on site at another good friend of mine's place, and we're ripping out because it's demo day today. We're going to be building a custom concrete seater that's coupled with a fire pit you can enjoy all year round. On top of that, we're going to be installing a shade cloth, and of course we've got a bonus DIY on the solar side of things. So stay tuned for this multiple part series coming up on Nail and Screw. We hit the road with all the tools and the trailer in tow, and this project site was about 30 minutes drive, so it made sense to pop into a local supplier that was close by to the site and pick up the much needed 600 bricks that we'll use for the project in order to get on with demo and construction of the foundation. As they say, many hands make light work. We offloaded all 600 of the bricks onto the wheelbarrow and wheeled them off closer to the job site. Now make sure to wear the correct protective hand gear in order to protect your hands for future projects. We stacked them up close to the job site so that they were easily accessible and on hand to make light work of the project, and this just allowed us to work smarter instead of harder. Once all the pavers were offloaded, we started to prepare the area by removing all of the tile and concrete foundation that was in place previously and ripped it all up, as you can see, and then went off to dispose of it adequately before we started with the measurements and foundation. It's going down. The foundation is starting to take shape, and this is the exciting part. So we've used string lines just to demarcate the area to give us a good visual reference of where we need to excavate, and we've measured about 50 centimeters or half a meter off of the perimeter walls, and this just ensures we have adequate space to walk in behind the seater, that there's also adequate drainage from the neighbor's backyard into this one, and we've excavated about 5 to 10 centimeters into the earth just to ensure we have a solid foundation. In that top left-hand corner will be a structure to support the seater, and we are continuously checking the measurements to ensure that they are going according to plan, so when we build from the ground up, we get exactly what we want. With the area now prepped and ready for the concrete foundation, we can move on to the concrete mixture. We're using some high quality material from our trusted supplier, and I'll leave all the links down in the description box below so that you can see where you can source some of this material as well. Now the cool thing about this mixture, it is a pre-mix bag. So it comes with all the building sand or the concrete mixture and the cement in a packet, as you see over here, and you simply add water and mix through thoroughly. So that is pretty convenient. On a size project like this, it is much more sensible instead of lugging around heaps and heaps of building or concrete mixture and cement bags. So we just simply mix it up in a wheelbarrow like this. You can obviously, for bigger projects, get a concrete mixer which will make light work for larger applications. Now you'll want to mix it thoroughly through until you have a consistent grey color and a consistency of cake batter. If you see any brown pieces in the mixture, you know you need to continue mixing it through thoroughly. We apply the concrete mix to the foundation area that was previously excavated, just to ensure that we've got a consistent thickness throughout the area, and then we'll level it out with a spirit level just to ensure that the foundation is true and level, so that when we start constructing, we start off from the correct baseline. Here's a quick pro tip. When laying a concrete foundation, avoid using rapid set concrete mixers. Now, these are concrete mixers that use a chemical process to cure out in about 10 to 15 minutes, which is great in saving you some time, but it'll probably give you a headache down the line. Because of the rapid curing time, it is prone to cracking and flash drying. So you want to avoid that, especially in a foundation. Now, the mix we're using is fairly wet, and this is great because it allows for a slower drying time and it allows it to cure out more evenly, which creates a stronger foundation. We then leveled out the area and left it overnight to cure out evenly, ready for the next morning's construction to begin. Another important factor to consider when constructing an outdoor concrete foundation is the weather. If it is too cold, it may cure out too slow than what you need, and if it's too hot, it can cure out too fast and crack and weaken. If you are installing in cooler weather, you may consider additional heating elements if you need it to cure out sooner, and if you are operating in particularly hot weather, you may consider wetting the area or soaking the area with water prior to laying the foundation, or covering up the foundation so that you can avoid too much evaporation too soon. So keep that in mind when you're laying your concrete foundation. Coming up next on Nail and Screw. That's a wrap for part 1 of this exciting DIY project. Stay tuned, as I mentioned in the beginning, there's a ton more still to come. Comment down below what you enjoyed so far, and if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you get notified first when the next video comes out. See you next time on Nail and Screw.